Seven Ninja Online, guys. We're back here with the Pokemon Yellow Let's Play. This is part 63, and we're in the Elite Four. We're at Agatha. She runs a ghost team, and the first person I put forward on my team, I believe I left Frost. I think. No, did I? It was one of the legendary birds. We'll see here. If you guys watched the last video, I configured my team just before I came into this battle, and I healed up and everything. So. Oh, okay, yo, that's right. I chose Bell for this because a whole ghost team, so I can just side beam them. I remember now. So, anyways, I'm probably not gonna get a whole lot of commentating done because I'll be doing well, I won't get a whole lot of other commentation done because I'll be talking more about the battles here because a lot does happen in this part. First off, I start fighting Agatha, and her first Pokemon was a Gengar, and I knew that, so I chose Bell because obviously super effective if I hit him with a psychic base move. So that was the plan there. And then a Golbat. Okay, yeah, so she brought out a Golbat next, so I decided to switch up from Bell because I didn't want to use all the PP. Bell was like my fallback, my safety, so I didn't want to use any of the PP there. So I switched up to Phoenix, and what I had planned to do was fire spins, but those were not hitting. And then she switched out, sorry, to a Haunter anyways. So I decided to try to go for a fire spin, but after she hypnotized my Phoenix, I just said, or my Moltres, I just said screw it. I brought out Bell, I believe. I know I was hesitant here, but did I bring out Bell? Yeah, I brought out Bell. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like pretty sure I brought out Bell. Yeah, I was hesitant at first, but I brought out Bell. Tried to lick me, but obviously it did nothing, so I went for that side beam. I think I one-hit it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I did, okay. And then, of course, all the text I have to match through because of the XP all. But as I said, I took the XP all with me, though. Well, I said in my in-game commentation. I didn't say it yet. I took the XP all with me so I can get that extra experience during the Elite Four, which actually did help. And I brought out Phoenix here because of Golbat, but I completely forgot that the Phoenix was asleep. So that was a complete big fail, but it was whatever. So who did I switch out? Oh, Zappy, okay, yeah. I switched out for Zappy, flying, so my plan was just Thunder or Thunderbolt, one or the other, and just kill it straight off like that. So I knew it would be super effective. So that was the plan. I'm not gonna... I might stick around. So let's see. Last Pokemon was another Gengar, so yeah, I just chose Bell again. Oh no, Arbok, that's right. Shit. I thought she was on last Pokemon. Or is she? I don't know. Anyways, I chose an Arbok, so I decided to toughen it out, use Char, hit him with Ember, and then that would have made my, obviously, Char effective, so, well, that would have incorporated Char in the beating of the Elite Four, because as of current, I had not used Char, so I decided to pull out Char there, and then start hitting Arbok with a Ember. Then pulled out their final Pokemon, which is the Gengar, so I switched out to Bell. Hypnotized me, but it wasn't a big deal, considering all I did was full heal, I believe. Yeah, I full healed. And then, yeah, we were going back and forth, but it wasn't that but it wasn't that much. And I remember I had Awakening too, so I just used that. Anyways, though, so in the last video I was talking about future games I would potentially bring to my channel. I left off on Civ 4 and how I was saying how that could be a Let's Play game. And the reason for that being is because it would be a huge long series if it wasn't. But it would be a Let's Play game because it's like single player I'd make a Let's Play. Multiplayer would be a Let's Play. So There's no way I probably would make that a what do you call it? There's no way I would make it a series. So I just, if I do Civ 5, I'll make it a Let's Play. I still have quite a few games to mention off, so I'll get on mentioning that. And then yeah, I just finished Arbok off with Char, just using Ember. Anyways though, so another game I could possibly record and upload is Magic 2014. I got the game a little while ago. Me and a couple of me and my friend play it a lot really. But I could do I don't know if it is. Yeah, sorry, it would be series videos. So yeah, I'd be doing a series out of it. And for those that don't know what Magic 2014 is, Magic is it's a pretty famous card game. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a trading card game. It's like Pokémon or Yu-Gi-Oh, like that kind of card game. But there's this on the version, like this version on the computer. So the next one was a Dragon type, by the way. So I was setting up for this. I pretty sure. Oh no, this is for the Gengar. That's right. I killed Gengar off with Sparks too, just because I decided to incorporate multiple Pokemon into beating this person. So, anyways, though, I trailed off. Magic 2014. It's a card game, a trading card game. I would do a series of it, and for the like videos of it, just not really in a well, yeah, it'd be in a playlist, but it'd just be like random videos. I could go through the campaign, the normal campaign, the revenge campaign. I do plan to get the DLC at one point, so I'd do the DLC campaign and whatnot. I could do the challenges, the sealed decks, just random skirmishes, online battles, playing with my friend, like all that sorts of stuff. So that could be a thing. And as you see, Sparks did die, so I resorted back to taking out Char, and I think Char died too. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, okay, Char did die. So then at that point, I brought out Zappy and just I thundered it. Pretty sure. We'll find out in a second here now, won't we? I don't remember. Okay, I Thunder Shock. I don't think it killed it though, did it? No, it didn't. That's why I chose to use Thunder. But anyways though, so yeah, I have a whole bunch tons of games here. So we just beat Agatha right here. She is the third Elite Four member, so we actually have one more Elite Four member to go. That is Lance, and he runs a Dragon team. So considering he's running a Dragon team, I was trying to think what his first Dragon would be. I was thinking maybe a Dragonair, but I was actually wrong about that. You'll see it ahead of time. But I chose a good, like I picked good on how I wanted my team. I put Zappy first for the simple fact that all the dragons are flying, so the Thunder would be a good hit against them no matter what anyways. And I put Frost Phoenix, Sparks, Char, and then Bell last. And then I healed up everyone I need to be healed up. I woke up Phoenix too because Phoenix was sleeping. And then I prepared for ahead of time. So anyways though, so yeah, I just start reviving all my Pokemon and healing them up and whatnot, and curing their status ailments. On the topic of future videos that I would possibly be making, I do have the Super Nintendo emulator, and I do have a couple. Well, I think just the one game I plan to do a Let's Play of, but I do have other games I can do Let's Plays of on it too. So, and if you guys want to see any certain Super Nintendo game, you can let me know, and I'll look into it. And if I want to do it, then I will. I most likely will though, but it's always an option. So yes, the last Elite Four member. Not gonna read the dialogue again, but Dragon Trainer. So originally I wasn't sure who he was gonna bring up first. I was thinking maybe a Dragonair, but he actually brought out a Gyarados first. But the reason that was a lucky thing because his Gyarados is actually water, and I started with Zappy, so it was a lucky fix there, and I got I got lucky. Period. I would have won any. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm damn near confident I would have won anyways, but it was a good it was a good setup for that I chose. That's what I want to say. I couldn't think of the words I was trying to get out of my mouth there, but it was a good setup I wanted to choose. She brings out a Gyarados verse. I had Zappy, so bam, thundered it, killed it off. Zappy grew to level 52. Didn't learn anything though. I don't think anyone else grew during this segment of mashing through the text there. No, okay. So then he brings out a Dragonair. So I wasn't sure quite what Pokemon to like switch out, whatnot. I kept Zappy out. The best bet probably would have been bringing out um maybe Articuno. I was thinking Bell at the time. I was thinking maybe I should bring out Bell, but I think the best bet would probably to bring out Articuno. But I could get Drillpex out, so I killed it off anyways. So it wasn't that bad of a deal. And a whole bunch of text I mashed through again. But as I said when I got to the point, although it's just a whole bunch of text to mash through, and it's just time consuming, it does add up after a while. And I know I have leveled up a few times because of it. Well, more than a few times, but I've leveled up quite a bit from having the XP all, so it was worth it in the end. As you see, it brought out another Dragonair. I stayed with Zappy and I decided to Drill Peck it. Unfortunately, he didn't die there with that, so I was either going to take a chance and risk him attacking me, but I knew if whatever he would attack me with, it would have brought me down anyways. So I decided just to heal up myself too. He got the Ice Beam off again on me first, but didn't freeze me or anything, so I got the Drill Peck off on him. He used it again, and then I used Drill Peck again, and that was it for him. I remember being like really conscious too. I'm like, if this doesn't kill him, I'm so screwed, but I got a crit, so it killed him. Mashed through all this text there, and yeah. And it brings out an Aerodactyl. Now, I wasn't going to keep Zappy on the field because Aerodactyls are rock flying, so it would have been bad news. So I chose to go with Frost I chose to go with Frost so I can just Ice Beam him and bam. Fortunately, I forgot that his Aerodactyl knew flying, so that kind of screwed me up. I got self-conscious. I thought I was going to attack first there. I don't know why, because it was faster than me. So I went to go hit with a Sky Attack. If I would have chose an Ice Beam or Blizzard, I would have done a decent amount of damage to his Aerodactyl. Because I didn't, I ended up dying with Frost. Not a big deal. I was indecisive of who I wanted to bring out. Because Frost was dead, Zappy was low health, so I decided to bring out Char. And the reason I brought out Char was so I could revive Frost. And then heal Frost up, and I was going to bring Frost out again. He hits me with a wing attack. It really didn't hurt much. So I decided to just stay there. And keep going with healing up my other Pokemon on my team. Now I decided to attack, but he used Fly. I decided to tank the damage anyways. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I decided to tank the damage anyways, but he ended up missing, so it was alright. And then, like normal, I pulled a crit with Slash, so nothing new there. So here again, I get to bring up Frost. He does the exact same thing, flies up. This time, however, I smartened up. I chose to use Blizzard right off the bat. So I hit him with that. And I don't believe it killed him, but it brought him really close down to death. Oh no, it did, okay. It killed him. Now his last Pokemon, because I believe he's on his last one now, right? Yeah. His last Pokemon's a Dragonite. Now, in all honesty, I should have stayed with Frost, because I would have ended this battle quickly. However, I wasn't thinking like that at the time, so I decided to bring out Zappy. And you guys will see, well, first off, I missed my attack, so that was no good. That caused me to get killed. And then I decided to take out Phoenix, but I can't, for some reason, I couldn't hit a fire spin in this entire Elite Four, and I was thinking maybe because of the move, like maybe you can't hit that move, maybe you can't hit that move during the Elite Four. I'm not entirely sure. If you can't, let me know down in the comments below, or unless it was just extremely bad luck. Anyways, though, so I ended up never hitting with Fire Spin. He unleashed all these elemental attacks on me. He hit me with Blizzard and then Thunder, which is pretty weird for Dragonite to have, but it's a whatever thing. I decided at that point it was time for Clash of the Titans, so I threw out Bell. I wasn't gonna fuck around anymore. He starts hitting me with Blizzard. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as my Psybeam was doing, so I just start tanking him with Psybeam. He Hyper Potions, of course, but it's really not that big of a deal because I had more Psybeams, so. I was thinking at the point, like when I was at Agatha, I was thinking I was going to run out of PP and then be really screwed by the time I got to the final fight. But then during this fight, oh, and he hyper beamed me, so he actually killed my Bell. But during the fight, I came to notice that I had tons of PP for all my moves, so I was okay with Bell. Here is when I discovered that I should have stuck with Frost because it was super effective. My plan was to use Bring Out Frost, and if Frost was going to die, I still had Sparks and Char, I believe, or one of the two, and I would have just revived, probably revived Bell. And so here comes the big famous, you're now the Pokemon League champion, or would have been if someone didn't beat you there first. So yeah, for those that don't know, someone gets here ahead of you, and it actually turns out to be your rival, Gary. So that's kind of an interesting turn of events. Anyways, though, so I have a whole team full that are screwed up and all that, and I didn't know what Gary was going to bring up first. I was thinking maybe, I actually can't remember what I thought he'd bring up first. No clue. But I decided to go with Frost first, Phoenix second, Zappy third, Sparks, Char, and Bell. Bell would be my secret, my secret weapon was the Elite, for the Elite Four was the 3 legendary birds. My weapon in the pocket was Bell, because he was my strongest there. So that's how it planned out. So here I'm just healing up all my Pokemon and whatnot, making sure they're revived, fully healed for the upcoming battle, all revitalized and whatnot. So I was just popping a lot of max potions. At this point, this is where I started to notice that I used a decent amount of healing, like all my items I bought, but not even nearly close to running out of all the items I had. So I overstocked myself, but it's completely fine, because as I said earlier, there was really no reason for me to save up money, to have money anymore. That's the whole reason I had money, like, saved up during this whole game, was so I get to the Elite Four and just buy a shit ton of all the items I needed to. Anyways, he gives you the story of how when he was working on his Pokédex, he looked for the perfect team, quote unquote, and he thinks that, but I pick it apart really good. The only problem I had with his team was his Kadabra, and for the simple fact that it really wasn't even a problem. But yeah, so I got lucky here. His first Pokemon was Sandslash, so obviously with me having Frost first, bam, there goes his Sandslash. Anyways, so the only real thing that like kind of stopped me from running through his team was his Kadabra. But at the end of the day, it really wasn't even that bad to begin with. It's just for the simple fact that I didn't really, or sorry, Alakazam. Sorry, and then like as I said, I didn't really have anything to counter it with. I think I decided to go with Bell. I think we'll see here in a second. No, I stuck with Frost. That's right. Now I probably would have been good to fight Alakazam with Frost, but I just didn't. But I just didn't I don't even know. Was it his Alakazam? Okay, maybe it wasn't his Alakazam. There was one Pokemon that halted me in his team. No, yeah, it was his Alakazam. That's right, because he fully restores at this point. And then I'm pretty sure he came back with a strong move and killed me too. But yeah, Psychic, and then finished me off there. So as I said, I would have been fine using Frost relaying that, but then at this point I chose Phoenix because I'm like, well, hey, I'll use Phoenix and Fire Spin and see if it works. Funny enough though, Fire Spin missed every single time, so that's why I'm thinking obviously you can't use Fire Spin during the Elite Four, which if that's the case, tell me in the comments below because I had no clue about that. I think I decided to use Peck after a certain point because I might not have though. I might have just said fuck it and stuck with that. Yeah, he crits me with Psychic, so I was forced to bring out something else after that. And I brought out Zappy, of course. And then I decided to go with Thunder, but I'm pretty sure he one-hits me here. I may be wrong. We'll see in a second. No, okay, he didn't. So I got the ability to use Thunder off on him. And as I said, it wasn't really the fact, like... Oh yeah, I decided to revive Frost at this point too. It wasn't really that I was in a bad situation, like I couldn't handle his Alakazam. It was just kind of... It was just powerful. More powerful than anything than I was... Than like... Yeah, it was more powerful than anything. He ends up killing my Zappy too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So as I said, it was more powerful than anything. It wasn't like I couldn't do anything against it, so... And yeah, I do heal up here. Just in case he hit me with anything, but it was all good. Although his speed is faster, so he did get the attack off on me. His Kinesis did screw with my Blizzard the first time, but not the second time, and then I ended up killing them the second time. So that's him dead. And then his next Pokemon was, what was it? Executor, that's right. So at this point, I was thinking, well, I could bring out Phoenix, but he's dead, and his Fire Spins don't hit anyway, so I decided to bring out Char for this. I think I may have killed him, but I'm not sure. We're going to have to see here. But obviously, I brought out Char because I had Ember, so I just Embered him, and then he was weak to it. But I also got to burn him too, though, so... I'm pretty sure I did a couple hits of Ember, and then I started reviving my team and whatnot. Because he really wasn't, he kept missing his Hypnosis, like they weren't affecting me. Every time he went to go attack, obviously, he suffered from burn. Ember was just doing added damage, so in the end of the day, he was just getting wrecked on. And it just sucked for him in general. Oh, did I? Oh. Okay. Yeah, now he hypnotized me. But what I was gonna do was item, but I kept hitting fight because like I was mashing through it. So he ended up dying, but I meant to heal up at this point to recover my team and whatnot, but it's whatever. As I said, I screwed up, but it wasn't a big thing that cost me a lot. So thankfully, anyways. It could have in other scenarios and situations, but for this one it didn't. And then whoever was alive got the XP. Simple as that. His next Pokemon was I didn't even see what it was. Oh yeah, Magneton. That's right. It was a Magneton, so I decided to bring out Sparks so that I could have a grace period. So this basically right here was my grace period. I started to revive everyone and heal everyone up because I knew he wasn't going to kill me off in time. So that's all that was basically. So yeah, I made sure to get Zappy up first. And then I worked on Phoenix after that. In retrospect, you could say his Magneton was kind of a shitty thing to go up against too, because I really don't have anything to combat in that against. But That's not entirely true. I pulled out Zappy after the